So, as in the previous class, we were discussing about the different types and need of the big data analytics. Moving further in that, the domains, there are a number of domains in the big data analytics. Extending further by using the explanation by having the use case. We will discuss two use case in terms of big data analytics. There is a famous company which is called your Starbucks. The Starbucks, basically what it is doing, it is using the behavior analytics to care to its customer, how they are having the analytics of that behavior of the person. For example, they are noticing the time of the customer, at what time it is coming, in what mood it is, if he or she is in happy mood, then what kind of coffee it is purchasing, or when she is in sad mood, then what kind of coffee or the edible items they are purchasing. So on the behalf of that, they have judging the people, and they are trying to identifying the habits of the people, and on the behalf of that, definitely they will providing more opportunities to the people to have the more strong tie-ups with that. So it says that the Starbucks gather a lot of info about the customers' coffee buying habits, from their preferred drinks to what time of the day they are usually ordering. The company directs existing offers and coupons to their customers and ensures to maintain their interest. So if I talk about the Starbucks is also, what they are doing is that they are simply printing the names of the people on the cups, and they are calling the people not by sir or ma'am, they are calling the people with their names itself. As the cup is having the printed name on that cup on which you are sipping up cup of a coffee. So what generally people do is that they will start having the click with that cup, as they'll get happy, the mood get changed, and these people get happy by having a cup with the name and of course a symbol of a Starbucks. Then the benefit the Starbucks will get, definitely they will get advertisement, or they get fame in the market, as the people are posting their pictures on the social media, and the more and more customers will get about the knowledge, or get about the information about that the Starbucks is now printing the names on the cups, and they also get interested, and the people started coming to the Starbucks, and of course more purchasing has been done by the Starbucks. So that is a very smart idea for the representation, and of course to making people happy by calling the names. Of course, if you call a people or your friend by simply by a sir or a ma'am, or instead of that if you call by a name itself, you will feel more closer, you will feel more comfortable when we are using simply the names instead of using sir, ma'am, aunt and uncle, isn't it? The use case 2 is about the Procter and Gamble. What is the Procter and Gamble? Basically, they are following the market basket analysis part. In the market basket analysis, the customers' buying habits by finding associations between the different items and the customers place in their shopping baskets. Yes, whatever items they are purchasing, their fooding items, their purchasing items has been noted, their habits has been noted, that what kind of items they're getting purchasing, and on the behalf of that, they can give more sales or the coupons to the people, by which more items can be purchased by their Procter and Gamble company. So it uses the market basket analysis and price optimization to optimize their products. The company uses simulation models and predictive analysis in order to create the best design for its products. So moving further, the next is your data and traditional systems. What about the traditional system and the traditional scenario? For example, we are having an example if of a cook. There is a restaurant. In a restaurant, we are having a single cook, and he's a very happy cook. Why so? Because basically he is getting 2 orders per hour. In a single hour, he is having an order of only 2 items. So he's comfortable enough with that the people is coming and only 2 orders simply he's getting, and he's easily able to cook that item, and he can simply put that item in the food shelf, and further it has been processed to the customer. If I talk about in terms of technical terms, in terms of the storage part, data is generated at a steady rate and is structured on the nature. It is in a structured manner, no issues, no problems. So he's happy. So traditional processing system, of course, it's unhappy because it is getting 2 items per hour, easily manageable, and it has been stored in the RDBMS. But now what will happen? The failure occurs when the restaurant manager started taking orders online for having more sales in the restaurant. So as it is taking online orders, so what happens is that it will getting started 10 orders per hour. So it is not able to manageable. If we talk about a single cook, it's a regular computing, it's a traditional system. A single cook is there, it is cooking, and the data has been stored on the food shelf. That means the food is being stored in the food shelf. So what will happen? It says heterogeneous data has been generated at an alarming rate by multiple sources, because it's an online. Now multiple orders you will get, and it is not able to manageable. So the traditional processing system, then of course a single cook will get failed to cook all these items in within a 1 hour. Our RDBMS get failed. So what is the solution? It needs an effective solution. What is the effective solution? Instead of having a single cook, we can have the multiple cook cooking the food at a single time. And but the issue again come is that we are having a single shelf, and in the single shelf we are having all the ingredients kept, and there are a number of chefs who have to take the items from that shelf, all the ingredients from that shelf. So for that part, how we can resolve the food shelf case? That means a single storage space from where the data is to be captured, and there are multiple resources who have to use this data. So for that part also, we are in need of a data warehouse where large amount of data can be stored in a distributed manner. So it says that the multiple processing unit is used for the data processing. The bringing data to processing generated lots of network overhead. Instead of data warehouse, what we can do is that we can have the effective solution by having, of course, the more multiple chefs. By more multiple shelves present for the ingredients part. A single shelf can have a single ingredients. For example, if I talk about the first shelf of the first customer, it is having the ingredients, the second shelf is having the ingredients, the third shelf is having the ingredients, and the fourth is also having the ingredients. If the first shelf ingredients get finished in that shelf, so it can borrow the ingredients from rest of the shelves also. That means the data is present in all the shelves, and it can be shareable with rest of the people also. In the second lane, we are having four chefs are present who are cooking the food. And for example, the first cook is having, for example, pasta making has been happening, and he's boiling the pasta. He's boiling the pasta and cleaning the pasta. All these things have been done. And the second cook, which is in black in color, it is basically making the sauce of that pasta. Then what will happen is that both the chefs will provide the sauce, and the pasta will provide it to the master chef, which was in green color, and at the end it will get final order in the next shelf. And similarly, the rest two chefs, one is boiling the pasta, and another one is having the sauce, and the combination is move on to the master chef, which is in green color, and it will finally provide the order in the next shelf. So it is mentioned here, it is cooking the meat, it is cooking the sauce, it is having the assembling of the combination of both the things, and finally it is getting the moving on to the shelf. And yes, before that it has been distributed in the food shelf. That means the ingredients is putting in all the shelves. So talking in terms of the technology, in terms of data, the limelight comes under the category of the Apache Hadoop framework. See, as we have a lot we have discussed about the big data. We have discussed about the big data, that how it comes under the scenario because of the large amount of data. So for that part, we are having a number of methods, we are having number of frameworks. For example, we are having Cassandra, we are having Apache Spark, and yes, we are also having the Hadoop. Talking about your syllabus, we have to talk only about the Hadoop part. So we are starting here itself the Apache Hadoop framework. So that we will discuss in our next class. Thank you so much.